Hi, my name is Heather O'Neill, and in this video I will be showing you how to use the DAWGS strategy to solve math word problems. This strategy can be used in any grade, but throughout this video we will be looking at a 5th grade math problem. DAWGS is an acronym used to represent the 5 steps to follow to solve word problems. The D stands for determine what the problem is asking. The A for analyze the info and make a plan. The W for work your plan. The G for go back and check your solution. And finally the S for share your solution with a partner or class if the situation allows for that. The question we're going to be looking at throughout this video as we go through the steps is Laurel Elementary School's 5th graders are taking a field trip to Washington, D.C. There are 221 5th graders, 11 teachers, and 52 chaperones attending the trip. Each bus holds 54 people. How many buses will be needed to get all students, teachers, and chaperones to Washington, D.C.? Show your work and explain your answer. So the first step in our problem is to determine what the problem is asking. Some things we need to think about when we're looking at this step are to read the problem for understanding, underline the important data, identify all the questions or parts of the questions, and visualize the problem. So again, looking at the problem, we would need to underline the number of 5th graders that are attending, the number of teachers that are attending, and the number of chaperones. We also need to know how many people can fit on each bus, and then I've underlined the question that we're being asked to solve. The next step is to analyze the info and make a plan. So we need to reread each sentence and identify key vocabulary, cross out the information not needed to solve the problem, what strategies can you use to find the answer, and what operations will be used. Is there more than one step, and which strategy will you use? So again, looking at the same problem, we need to figure out the total number of people going on the trip. So we're going to have to add how many 5th graders, teachers, and chaperones there are all together. And then we're going to have to divide that total number by 54, or we can keep adding 54 until we get enough seats for all the people that are attending the trip. And then once we have that, we need to figure out how many buses we need. So next we're going to work our plan. Make sure that as you're working your plan, you're checking for math calculations and errors as you solve. You're revisiting the problem as you work. And if your plan does not work after a few attempts, try a new plan. So again, to solve this problem, we're going to divide 284 by 54, which equals 5, remainder 14. Now, when we have that answer, that still doesn't answer our problem, okay? Because the problem asks how many buses will we need. So if we only had 5 buses, we wouldn't have enough buses for everybody. There would be 14 students or chaperones or teachers without a bus. So we would have to have 6 buses in order to have enough room for everyone. After that, we need to go back and check our solution. So does our answer make sense? Did you answer all questions and or parts of the questions? Did you justify your answer? So again, same problem. So the answer would be that 6 buses will be needed. 5 buses will only hold 270 people, and there are 284 people attending the trip. So they will need a 6th bus to hold those extra 14 people. If you just answered 6 buses, then you wouldn't have justified your answer. So you have to make sure you're explaining your answer and where your answer came from. And make sure you answer all parts of the questions if there's more than one question. And make sure your answer makes sense. If the question's asking how many buses will be needed, and you say 5 remainder 14, that's not giving a number of buses. The last step is to share your solution and your reflection with your partner. So be prepared to defend your solution and your approach to your partner, and evaluate your partner's solution as logical. Offer alternative solutions to your partner. And finally, this is an organizer that will be available in the classroom to help you on word problems. So anytime you have a word problem and you can't remember these steps, you can grab this organizer that goes through all the steps so you can check off each step as you're going through. Thank you, and good luck solving those math problems.